In this video we'll unravel exactly how Bruce Lee's karate-focused obsession with simplicity produced one of the most efficient and devastating fighting systems ever conceived. By the end you'll understand the core rules he used, how to practice them, and how to apply them instantly even if you're short on time or strength. Introduction: Why simplicity wins. Bruce Lee lived by two practical truths: humans panic and overcomplicate under pressure, and the body responds fastest to what's simple and trained. Across boxing gyms, street fights, and his own famous sparring sessions, Lee observed a recurring pattern: fighters choke when they try to do too much. He responded not by adding more moves but by subtracting. Simplicity for Lee meant removal of the unnecessary: angles that didn't produce results, motions that telegraphed intent, and rituals that slowed reaction time. Instead of being a stylistic purist, he became an engineer of motion, measuring efficiency, maximizing directness, and sculpting a system whose primary currency was economy of movement, of time, and of energy. In this script we'll pull apart that economy and show you how to build the same simplicity into your own practice. Core principles: the rules behind the system. Bruce Lee's approach to karate and fighting can be summarized with a handful of core principles that act like rules for decision-making in a fight. First, economy of motion: every movement must have a purpose, no decoration. Second, directness: the shortest line between you and the target is usually the best line. Third, adaptability: strip the technique to its functional elements so it can be used from varied positions. Fourth, simultaneous action: combine defense and offense rather than waiting to block then counter. Fifth, centerline control: dominate the direct path to the opponent vital targets. These principles are not rhetorical, each maps to specific techniques, drills, and training habits that Lee practiced and taught. When you apply these rules consistently, you'll see your technique simplify and your performance become more reliable under pressure. Simplicity in mechanics: how technique becomes efficient. The physical mechanics of simplicity are surprisingly precise. Instead of long looping punches, Lee favored straight-line strikes that travel the shortest distance to the target. Instead of over-rotated hip motions that waste time, he preferred compact hip rotation that adds power without sacrificing speed. Footwork becomes minimalist: small purposeful steps that maintain balance and create angles rather than big telegraphed shuffles that leave you exposed. Even breathing is simplified: sharp exhalations timed with strikes to tighten your core and increase power. At the neural level, simplifying mechanics reduces decision fatigue: the brain can more quickly select and execute a small set of high-probability actions than it can support a sprawling encyclopedia of moves. This is why Lee students practice slow, deliberate repetition, so the simple